lifestyle. Well, my next guest gives us great interior advice, and her company has served over 1 million happy customers. So of course she would have great advice for us. And she's featured in Romantic Design magazine that's called, it's in an article called Don't Settle for What Others Can Have. It's Bohnne Jones of Decorating Den Interiors. Bohnne Jones, so glad to have you back as always.
I know, thank you, Denise. And I'm very excited to not only share what I did just a little over a week ago, but to talk about how I can bring these design trends into my customers' homes.
And tell us about Decorating Den Interiors and what you actually do.
All right. Decorating Den Interiors has been around for over 40 years. We started in the window treatment industry, and it just evolved into full service home decorating. We work directly with the manufacturers and bring those products right into your home.
And you know, one of the things that you and I were talking about just earlier is we get so excited about market. And you made a statement. You said, well, some people don't know what is market and why do we get so excited? You know, it's just one of those places where designers get inspired. So let's talk about market a little bit.
All right. The fall market is really the big market.
And you're talking about the High Point, North Carolina, because you've also gone to the Vegas market as well.
Yes, and Dallas and Chicago. But High Point Market is the international home furnishings market. That means that manufacturers and vendors come from all over the world. I mean, we have a line of Italian leather sofas or furniture that we met with when we were there. Their building is shaped like a ship. If you've not seen the Natuzzi building.
I have, Natuzzi.
Yeah. So that's one of our suppliers. So we work with a lot of different manufacturers to create the looks that we create for each individual homeowner. So we go and we visit with different manufacturers and see what is new in the marketplace. And this is what gets us excited, is it not? What is new in the marketplace?
Yes, we get to see the latest trends. And one thing that you said earlier, and it's so true, we see it at market. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to end up on the shelves in Nashville necessarily, because some of the furniture may not transfer, maybe they didn't purchase it, but you can certainly order it for them, and you can bring all of these great trends right to their home.
And that's true of many of the designers, that we can get products that you don't necessarily find in the furniture stores. Furniture stores have to buy things that they feel will sell.
Right.
And that's also true at market. We're going to see products, it's a testing ground, it's a proving ground for different styles and different shapes and different sizes of product. If it doesn't sell at market, it won't make it into production. So we try not to fall in love with things, but we certainly fall in love with the inspiration that we see.
Yes, and that's what gets us motivated to see new colors and new trends. And we've got some images that you just shot with your camera right here from market. Let's take a look.
All right, peacock. Peacock blue was, I would say, the most prevalent color. We're seeing a lot of saturated colors in the marketplace. We're also seeing painted furniture, and you can see the legs on this sofa are painted, and the detailed trim. Now, this is a very high-end upholstery company. They have been known for their traditional furniture. They are now changing over to a more
transitional.
More transitional, and that is the direction that things are going. Now here,
the painted, this is painted. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, and here's another one of the color trends, in addition to the peacock, is the apple green. That was our next most popular color out there in the marketplace. But look at the nail heads on here. They look like pearls. So we're continuing the trend of nail heads, but with color. All right, now the peacock and the apple green mixed together. I don't know if you can see that on the ottoman on the left-hand side, and look at the detail, the pattern matching of this faux animal print. On the right
And
hand,
faux animal is just going to be all the rage this fall, isn't it?
it is, and animals never go out of style, so you can feel confident in putting an animal print in
Thank
your
goodness
home.
my cat will be glad to know that she will never go out of style.
Isn't that the truth? And on the right-hand side, well, we saw a striped chair. The emerald green is starting to show up a little bit in home furnishings. You're wearing emerald green today, and it's lovely on you. Not
Thank you,
everybody
darling.
likes it in their home, though. But
Right.
we are starting to see it in the marketplace. And here we're starting to see some pink. I specifically was looking for some pink accessories for a client. Don't see it in the accessories, which means that I don't think that the industry is totally committed to pink. That's where you're going to start seeing when they put it in the accessories, that means it's made it. So it's made it all the way from the fabric to the finishes to the accessories that you put in your home.
They're testing the market just a little bit to see if it's going to work. Now, one thing that I love pink, and I have fuchsia, I have those deep, berry colors. Always have. There have been years that I didn't tell any clients or anybody that I had it because it was not in style. But that's one thing with design is you can find something that you love, and that's the whole point.
And that's really about today's style. That's what I love about design today. 20, 25 years ago,
It was two color
Waverly
choices.
and Waverly
Yeah.
patterns. Now today we'll see the florals. Florals are making a big splash back in the marketplace. The watercolor prints are very out there. Making style your own is really today's trend. Some of the other things that we noticed were the metal colors are shifting from the cool whites to the warm yellows. We are seeing brushed brass.
That brass is coming
And
back.
we saw that in your design segment on the window treatment. The copper is back. I'm so excited. That's my favorite metal, personally.
I love
but it
the
was
copper.
everywhere in the marketplace. So coppers, yellow metals, the brushed. And then when in the white metals, we were still seeing a lot of chrome. A lot of chrome, believe it or not, it's still out there.
It's
And I think
still
that's
coming.
certainly a
Yeah.
classic in the kitchen and bath.
Yeah, I do too. And we've got a few more images
Yeah.
too that you shot. Now, I'm curious, you did such a good job, shooting all of these. Is this really from your iPhone or did you take a camera?
No, this is my iPhone. No,
Wow.
it's not even an iPhone, it's an Android.
Wow. I mean, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got, I think, a couple more
Yep.
images.
We saw this one. This is the emerald green and apple green mixed together. There's the pink.
I got a little fuchsia
right.
going now.
Let's
See,
talk-
I could live on these. Now, I would put a few pillows in those, but
Oh, sure.
that's my color.
I want to point out something on this, though, too. Look at the shape of the cushion of the chair and look at the ottoman, how it mimics the shape of the chair cushion.
And I would like to say too that is such a great setup. If you have an area you really want as a conversation piece, 4 chairs put together with an ottoman, great conversation, great place to sit back and read.
Yes.
That's good space planning right there.
Now, the next most popular, oh, Andrew, go back. The next most popular color that I saw was the orange and corals.
Wow, that is very Floridian.
It is,
I mean,
but
is
you're
it coming
seeing it
to Nashville, you think?
everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And then the next most popular color in the color range was still the radiant orchid. We were still seeing the purples in home furnishings.
Now, the next one we're seeing all the time, which is the gray. Grays in
grays.
every color is just all the rage, all the rage.
It is still very prominent in the marketplace, which is great for those of you who have furnished your home in grays. But we're also starting to see the trend shift a little bit towards the neutral oatmeal, taupes, beiges. So you're going to start seeing those colors come out soon.
Now, while we're seeing this sofa, one thing that you had a tip for our viewers, how can you extend the life of your upholstery just to make it last longer?
All right. One of the ways that you can do that, and everybody should do it unless you have a tight seat, tight back sofa is flip your cushions.
Okay.
You want to turn your cushions. Now, we showed some sofas there that have T cushions. T cushions, you have to go from one end of the sofa, turn it over, and put it to the other end. And that keeps you from getting an overly soft, squishy part on the side that you always sit in.
Right.
Back cushions, I personally prefer and often recommend to my clients to use loose back cushions as well. That way you can have a family side and turn it around and you have a company side.
Here's the company's coming, honey.
Turn the cushions.
Yeah, turn those cushions.
Now, and if you don't have a T cushion, and we had some examples up there,
okay.
you can have a square or box cushion.
Right.
And those cushions on a 3-seated cushion, you can move them from the center to the outside and turn them over. So you can relocate them and flip them over, and that will help your cushions last a lot longer as well. Not to mention periodic cleaning, any furniture protection that your retailer offers. I mean, we offer both furniture protection and accident protection plans.
Which I think is fantastic. I mean, especially if you have high-end fabrics that you need to, you want to make sure that anything that's spilled on there, so to have that fiber sealed or sealed in some way is a great idea.
Right, and know what your fabric contents are. So keep yourself a little accident safety book.
I love that.
with all the fabric care guides in there.
Okay.
That's the best thing to do.
And we've got a few more images that you took when you were at the market.
Oh.
Woo, look at that violet wall. I mean, I feel like there's an African violet just, on the wall.
Well, this one, what I'm showing here is a cabinet, and look at the hardware on there. If you went to the Fall Festival of Homes, you saw this cabinet hardware on some built-in pieces.
I saw that.
I know, that's
and
fabulous. Yep. This is a furniture piece with that type of hardware that if you don't have a built-in that you could put it on, you can always still have the beauty of that type of hardware. I'll look at this dining table. The base of this is just incredible. It's got a marble top, but it's great detail, and this is where maybe my phone didn't do as great of a job because you can't see
What is that? Explain to me what that's made of.
It is a copper toned brass base that is true brass.
Is it a hammered copper,
They're like sticks? They're like sticks.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like sticks, but it is actually metal.
Yeah, I like that.
And then the next one, for the dining room, look at the detail on these chairs. It's got like a wood hole in it. It's upholstered and a shaped back.
I like that.
Next one.
Oh, and banquettes.
Oh, banquettes are very popular. Now, you may not be able to build one into your home, or your windows might be too low for you to really build one. This is a new product that we have available in both a rectangular or square configuration, or we can also fit a round table.
I like that. And let's look at the art too. Can we look at that one time, if we can go back one of the tips that you say about hanging your art, tell us a little bit about that.
All right, when you're doing, well, you have a tip that you're going to give, but art can be hung in a variety of different ways. Mainly you want it to be at eye level when it's going to be viewed the most. So if you're sitting, you want it at eye level for when you're seated.
Right.
And when you're standing, if it's in a hallway or in a foyer where you're not going to be sitting, you want it eye level for that room.
Yes.
Now there's
just like you see with this sofa here to the left, you can see that the art is hung lower because you're going to be seated in that room.
Right.
I like that tip. So hang it at eye level. And I think we've got another. Now, what is this storage?
Is furniture, yes. And this is a hidden jewelry rack. You can hang your necklaces in these slide-in drawers that come out the side of a mirror. And at the bottom, we see a dresser that has a pull-out drawer. Now that works great for dishes in the dining room, but it would also work for your sweaters in your bedroom.
Okay.
And here's an example of texture. Now we're seeing a lot of texture in the marketplace as well, both actual and visual. And we talked about that on last week's show when Jennifer was on, about the smoothness of the walls, but it looks like texture. That's
Right.
visually appealing. That's why you do these things, is so that you have something that brings joy into your life.
I love that.
And then here we have some more modern trends. And
Now, I
this is-
like this illuminated, you've got a built-in illumination on each side of this bed.
Right, and the side tables are integrated into the headboard. We saw a lot of the white lacquer, both real lacquer and melamine for a lower priced option. And then the very sleek, modern Italian lines are becoming more and more popular. And then for the outdoors, I had to throw this out there because it's just a cute little piece. You get in there and you feel like you're in a cocoon. And then you've got your pop of orange.
You know, Jackie and I, when we were in Puerto Rico, they had these, and I tell you what, we right overlooking the ocean, we popped in there and took a nap for the afternoon. Oh, it was so fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that was awesome. I mean, I feel like you gave us a tour around market, the best of the best of what's coming up, and all of the trends as well. And so thank you for all the tips. You always give us great ideas. Bonnie, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Well, coming up, you know, it's one of my favorite things. We hand out the party favors and we do the toast. That's all coming up right after the break, so come on back with us.